Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is October 30th, 2023, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the Dow Jones breaks lower. However, the NASDAQ doesn't. But we're going to get into that in just a second. But looking at today's major economic events, nothing scheduled for today, but the week will cook up some major events. Now looking at the Forex symbols, the major pair is pretty much unchanged while the Turkish lira makes new lows once again. Now looking at the indices, both the Dow Jones did break lower while the NASDAQ didn't, and that really reflects the difference of the type of stocks that are traded in each exchange, and we're going to talk about that. Now looking at commodities, gold and oil remain steady while natural gas actually stalls. Now looking at the stocks, this is where it reflects the indices. The Dow Jones stocks, JP Morgan, the banks sold off quite aggressively, while we saw Meta and Amazon actually move higher. Now looking lastly at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remains unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. Starting out with the Euro USD, it's unchanged on this level. However, it may still break down. It's trading at 105.50 and it's at the bottom of the range. So it is showing some weakness here. But look at what is very interesting. The GBP even weaker as that is on its lows, breaking 121-ish level and just at 120.90-ish level. So this is really important because if this breaks down, it could lead the euro to break down further as well. So keep this on your radar. Don't have to trade it right away, but this is something maybe you want to put a little trade in there so you've mentally engaged in it, a very little trade. Just as this develops, then you could pop in with a little bit more of an aggressive trade. Now jumping into the commodities, gold remains unchanged here. In 1995, hit 2000, didn't break higher, didn't hold that 2000 number, and now just crunching a little bit lower, okay? But this is really, I do expect it to stay very, very choppy throughout the day. And looking at oil here, unchanged also, so not much doing there. Now, jumping into natural gas, this is where it became very interesting last week, okay? We got that gap up. We're looking at a daily, okay? We got that gap up over here. You could see it. And then we went and went higher, okay? We broke out higher, and now we're retracing. Now, this is really the crucial point, because this will prove to us whether or not this breaking out higher is truly strong or it was just a fake out breakout kind of situation, as I like to call it, okay? And this is really the test of time to see if it's going to hold this level and possibly push even higher, okay? So keep this on your radar as well. Now, jumping into the U.S. markets, very interesting. The Dow Jones broke lower, the NASDAQ didn't. Dow Jones reflects old kind of stocks, old business kind of stocks, okay? And the NASDAQ really reflects high-tech kind of stocks, okay? And this is what has happened. Specifically, the banking sector really fell down. And we're going to take a look at that in just a second as this breaks down another 300 points. Now, we are getting into supportish level, okay? However, keep this in mind, okay? We are breaking both the 30-day on the 8-day moving average. That's usually a very aggressive feed to let us know that it is breaking out even further down, okay? From the point that we broke down, it's over 1,200 points already. One lot of that is $7,000, okay? Just this little trade right here on nothing, okay? Very simple kind of trading. So jumping into the specific stocks that led to this, the JP Morgan stock, okay, which is a big bank in the United States, the largest bank in the entire world, over $1 trillion in assets, okay, broke down big time, 135 right now, and it's showing some weakness. Now, it is at a crucial point, so I'd like to see a bounce off of it, okay, if we will get one. This is one, Bank of America on its lows, okay, even lower, okay, so that's showing some tremendous weakness. So banking industry is showing tremendous weakness, which is affecting the Dow Jones, while, okay, this is the catch-22, if we looked at the NASDAQ, it didn't break out lower. It stayed at 14,300 and held on, okay? And that reflects really the tech stocks. So which two tech stocks specifically? Not Apple. Facebook was one of them where we had a gap up and we held, okay? But really, the one that saved the day was Amazon. Look at that. Went from 119 to up to 126, a big gap up. held it and didn't break it so far. Now it may close the gap, and that will really indicate that we are going further down, and there is some people looking to take money out of the markets at this stage, at least, maybe because of what's going on, around the world, but mostly because assets are not providing that much of an incentive as opposed to putting money in CD anymore, because you see the difference. Okay, we're back in the 1980s where you could put your money at the bank and still earn 5 to 6%, which is incredible. Okay, if you're able to make 10% per year, that's amazing. That's what the US markets do over a 10-year period, 10% per year. So if the banks that are risk-free, okay, are giving 6%, the parity is not that much greater. Yes, over the long run it is, and especially if you consider compound interest, but investors are going to be more willing to pull money out of the markets and put it into safer havens, especially with the lack of knowledge which way we're going, and inflation and geopolitical issues around the world. So keep that in mind. Now, lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Went to 34,000, hold its space. And this is getting very interesting because it's not breaking out lower, but it's not going higher. So keep an eye on this, okay? Because this may still be in play going forward, as this may still strengthen, maybe, okay? The reason I say maybe, I don't want anybody to hold me to it, but this did break certain barriers on the upside, so it might have a year rally into the November-ish time, as that often does. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.